So we found another Blu-ray that has disc rot. Honestly, at this point, I'm just going to accept the fact that some of my collection will have disc rot. Like, I'll look on a disc and it'll have disc rot. And I'm going to assume that's because I didn't get the dehumidifier quick enough, which is probably what happened. So, flashlight on, even though it's not that dark down here. So this is Time with the Doctor. This is a Doctor Who special I bought back in the day, probably 2014, when I was in my real Doctor Who collecting phase. This has a little bit of disc rot, but I'm ripping all the files to the computer. And here's my Black Widow poster. Here's another one, just wanted to point that out. And now, ironically enough, we got this blaring fucking light from the sun, which is great, and totally not annoying as hell. But all the files are ripping. That's where they'll be located. And some people go, well, you're pirating it. No, motherfucker, I bought this. I'm putting it on my personal hard drive, okay? For archival reasons, and in case, hey, this fucks up, and if I want to watch it again, and the Blu-ray, let me just look up how much the Blu-ray is. Actually, I can screen capture that. Hold on. So, I'm on Amazon, and I recorded another part of this, but I didn't crop it properly. So let's just look up Time of the Doctor again. So, this is the thing I'd replace. This is the thing I would get. So if I need to replace it. This is sold by Amazon. You also have a DVD, which I don't want. If I only knew. If I only fucking knew. Hold on. Sadly, this is still held on to its value several years later. Well, that's good. It's not the same set, but an upgrade. And actually, Series 5 doesn't cost that much either, by comparison to Season 7. So Series 5 fucked up, and I mean, this is shit. If I needed to rebuy it, I would rebuy it. Now, you might just say stream it, but I'm a collector. I do like watching this shit, but for now, I've got no need to. It's just annoying. And I'm starting to slowly accept this is something I'm going to have to deal with if, you know, more shit just doesn't work. The good news was I rewatched Vertigo, which had some disc rot, and it played fine. No issue. Watched it from beginning to end. Now, if you're wondering what player I watched it on my 4K Blu-ray player, the Sony one, because the Sony one is a really good disc reader. So I guess that's it, really. I've also got a repackage, which is cheaper, which came out 7 years ago. So there are options. It's just irritating because some of this shit is bordering on, I wasted my money on shit. And that is really annoying. Because I love movie collecting. And if I knew that this was going to be a problem, I probably wouldn't have gotten into this collecting. But I think one contributing factor was the humidity. But I think now the humidity has greatly gone down. So this is just something I gotta deal with. Maybe I'll get another backup drive specifically for Blu-ray and DVD rips. In fact, let me look that up right now, just for the hell of it. Seagate 10 TV drive. So Ooh, okay, they have a 12 terabyte one now. But this is just future proofing if I need it, which I'm not sure if I will. And so far I haven't needed a backup drive yet, like another one of these, but it doesn't take, this is just something I have to live with as a collector. And that's disappointing. Time to add something onto this fucking video. As you can see, Doctor Who is streaming on HBO Max. So, where's the seasons that are giving me problems? So season 6 has an issue, but the disc would be this episode. I think there was some part of season 7 that was giving me problems, but I don't remember what it was. And the disc that's giving me problems here is, well, what I'm pointing to. And people say season 7 wasn't that good. If I remember correctly, I enjoyed it. Although, this episode was kind of stupid. And then we got all this shit, which would be Capaldi's era. And then we got Jodie Whittaker's era. And there hasn't been much since. And I own season 11. I think I own everything from season 1 to 11. I own everything from season 1 through 4 on DVD. Except the Tenet specials, which I think are all here. So these are all blue. Well, I gotta look at these discs again. So, because season 4 was like epic as fuck. Series 4. Well, I'm not British. I don't give a fuck. Point is, I guess I just gotta accept the fact that if a disc is having problems, just go on HBO Max. And that kind of sucks, but streaming future, man. Disappointing, but maybe I'll buy a second dehumidifier. But so far, as I've said, ripping is working, and that's all that matters. So live long and prosper for real this time.